I was excited because I was going to get a chance to visit all of the hawker centers and be able to go ahead and have just a rich abundance of different types of food throughout the city.
Okay, first lesson I learned is there's no breakfast. These hawker centers, they must all be about lunch. And as you can see behind me, there are some that are starting to get ready. People are sitting around, but nobody's eating because none of the places are open. Now, I imagine there's probably people inside getting ready, or I'm learning some of the people just open the door and that's how they start getting ready. So I don't exactly know what lunchtime is here, but I'm going to find out. And as you can see, it is very humid here. So keep that in mind. Pretty soon I'm going to be letting go of the backpack because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it around the city carrying this thing. It's just not going to work out today.
Eventually, I was able to find quite a few restaurants on the side streets of Singapore. I even found some nice patisseries and even a great little cafe where I got to enjoy a fantastic cappuccino.
So I got a toast and an egg, and to be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect. So let's see what we have here. Looks like a parboiled egg. I just don't know what it's sitting in. Let's go ahead and just take a taste of it. Okay, it's sitting in a broth of some sort, and as you can see, it's breaking up. And I'm going to be having basically an egg and broth this morning. Let's see about this toast here. Okay, they trimmed it up. There we go. And now I just want to see what's inside. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know. So it looks like it's it looks like it's butter, so let me go ahead and taste it. Okay, that's not butter. Or maybe it is. Okay, I think it is butter, but it is tasty. And now I'm going to try the actual broth with the egg. Okay, well, it's a little bit different for me. I'm looking forward to finishing it off, but just wanted to show you what I was having for breakfast here.
Now be prepared when you arrive here because there are some different flavors that you aren't expecting. It really is a culinary treat to be able to try some of these things out. Even as you're walking down the streets, you're going to find a mixture of smells in the air, from people who are just cooking outside to the little restaurants to Durin on almost every corner. But also you will find areas where they're lighting lots of incense. This really brings a character I was not expecting to this area and just made it a real delight to be able to walk around and take in the sights and the smells. The funny thing is I was not expecting in a city of 5 million to be woken by roosters that are throughout the city. I found many instances, and apparently, again, in this large city, you will find roosters and chickens that just wander through in parks and back alleys.
As you can see, some of them are starting to open up, so
now, from what I understand, there are about 120 of these hawker centers, and throughout the city, there's about 13,000 individual hawkers themselves. I probably won't be able to get through all of them, but I'm going to give it a shot. Now, don't ask me which was the best out of all of them. The best thing that I can recommend, which is what was told to me, is look for the long lines. The locals know some of the best that are out there, and since I saw this line here, I thought I would check it out.
Okay, so I finally got myself a meal here. I have curry, pork chop rice, and let's see how it is. Okay, the pork was cooked very nice. The seasoning from the curry wasn't too hot. It definitely had spice in it, but that made me very happy. Rice cooked nicely. The actual pickled vegetables that went along with it was a really nice contrast to it, and it kept them crunchy. The whole thing was just delicious, and I'm really surprised because a meal like that, I know in the United States I definitely would have paid more for that, would have had to wait a while, and definitely couldn't have just gotten it on the fly like this. Well, maybe you can in the city. I don't live in the city, but for me, this was fantastic. I'm going to go try another dish. Tell you what, the toughest part about eating here is choosing a place to eat because there are just so many different options.
There's such a variety of different style foods, you'll just never run out of trying new dishes.
One of the things that I do love here is that it's so much open space here, but with all of the rain, they make sure that most of the places in public where you want to hang out or go to eat, or the hawker centers, all of them, they're covered. And that really makes it convenient whether it's rain or shine.
Being a huge fan of barbecue, I was so excited to be able to find outdoor grilled food. So I found this area where they had a lot of satay grills set up. Let me show you.
Okay, so while this hawker center opens earlier in the day, apparently the satay grills don't open till 3 o'clock on the weekends, and from what I understand, 7 p.m. to midnight on weekdays. So as you can see here, they're setting up a whole bunch of tables because apparently this is a pretty popular event that happens pretty much daily, and I'm really curious if they go ahead and they set these up every single day. So I'll have to come back tomorrow just to check on that. So just keep that in mind. If you're coming down here, you'd be able to go inside. There's definitely lots of places to be able to get food, but specifically for all of the satay grills that they have lined up on outside here, then you would have to wait for those. So hope that's helpful.
Okay, now Joey Chestnut, the world champion, ate 200 sticks within 9 minutes and 50 seconds. For this, our champion Jermaine Hill, it is beat his own record 220 for 20 minutes. So that's how. And this is Nico Rosberg, Formula One.
Very good.
Yeah, Nico Rosberg from Germany.
How you doing? I hope you don't mind me just getting a little bit of footage there.
Yep.
Okay, and for 19 Singapore dollars, this is meant for one person. Okay, so multiple skewers, and I've got chicken, I've got beef, and I've got prawns, and even a rice cake. So I'm going to be trying it all here. First, let's go with the chicken. Oh, nice sweetness, but it definitely has a little bit of that char going on. Here, let me give you a different one that I think you'll be able to see a little bit closer. That's very nice. Now I'm going to go with the mutton, the beef. Okay, now that is quite tender. It's, again, sweet flavor to it. They were putting sauce on it while they were cooking them down, so it's definitely got lots of flavoring and added to it, but that's very nice. All right, now we've got the prawns here. Now, the prawn, they peeled it from here down to here, so it's easily accessible, but the shell is left on the end and on the top. So let's try this out. Okay, they put a little bit of heat on it, that's ever so slightly. This is not hot by any means, but it's definitely nice and flavorful, fresh. I love it. They're always doing construction here somewhere, so I hope you're hearing me okay. Very nice. Now, they've also provided me with some sauces. I have no idea what sauce is supposed to go with what, so let's go ahead and take a little taste of the sauce and find out what we have here. Nice flavorful, we got a peanut sauce here. Very nice, very nice. And let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay. Okay, I found the heat. That is definitely a chill. Woo. I tell you what, that is the spiciest thing I've had since I've been here. It's not overwhelming, it's definitely strong. I want to try that with the chicken now. Yep. I think I found a winner. That's a very nice, the sweet and the spice, very nice. All right, we're gonna be sparing with that.
I enjoyed the style so much so I even bought a satay grill for my home, and I'm going to perfect my style. some of the food I was very excited to try, and I've got to tell you, I was a little hesitant, and maybe on my next trip, I'll try some of the others. I have to admit, I'm used to Maine lobster, and when I saw these, I couldn't tell heads from tail.
So the other night, I got a chance to eat at Jumbo's. Now, Jumbo's is one of the well-known seafood restaurants here, and there are a few because they're so popular, very close together, right here on the Riverwalk, but apparently it gets so crowded they had to have a few. Now, you won't find that it's an overwhelming amount of seafood here. It really is a combination of, you have chicken and pork and all sorts of, rice dishes, of course, but noodles and many of the countries in the area contribute to this area. So it's a matter of curries from India and all sorts of other types of cuisine. So when you get here, don't expect that it's going to be just one thing. I mean, of course you find pizza places and stuff like that, but for the most part, you are going to find culinary dishes that are to this area, but not specifically just in this one tiny region. It really is going to be diverse. When I get home, I have to get myself one of these bamboo steamers because I've had dumplings in a few places and they've been fantastic everywhere. I hear they're not that easy to make, but it's worth learning how to do so.
Aside from the hawker centers, I did visit many great restaurants, and here you can actually see them making those dumplings. This is nearly an art form here. I've been told it takes years to get to this level of proficiency. A friend of mine told me the secret is behind that glass. That room is very cold. They even add a frozen cube of soup that heats up during the steaming process and provides a dumpling that's full of broth. Well, I'm just going to finish up here. I just wanted to give you a taste of Singapore. If you ever get a chance, be sure to come here and try some of these places out.